Okay, welcome back guys. In this video here, I'm going to talk about a mechanic called Dragonforging. Now, if you've played through the game a little bit, you've probably already encountered a blacksmith that is capable of enhancing your weapons. Renard is the first one you're going to meet in the encampment after you save him on the way there. The next one you'll meet is in Grand Soren. Those are the two main ones. There are a few others that can enhance, but those are two first one you're going to meet, and the guy in Grand Soren is going to probably be your biggest one you're going to go to. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you just started this game, you're just trying to get a little information. So what that basically is the enhancement of items. They each have a enhancement from 1 to 3 stars. It requires money for the first star enhancement, and then for the next two, it requires money and material. Now, that's a pretty basic thing, but what I'm going to talk about in this video is actually Dragonforging. As you can see, my silver chestplate has a red dragon symbol beside it. This actually is the next step above the enchantments, and it's not done as a normal enchantment. It's not something you just do. It's actually a whole different mechanic all on its own. There's also, you can see down there, there are silver and gold symbols. Those are for rarefying. They're done through this NPC here, Barrack and Bitterblack Isle. They require rift crystals instead of money, but it's basically the same idea as the first 3 stages. But as for Dragonforging itself, like I said, it's a whole different mechanic. So Dragonforging is done by killing dragons. Pretty simple. The only downside is it's not a very easy one to do. The only dragon you're going to find in the main game before getting so far is going to be I'm going to show you on the map here, Devilfire Grove. If you go a little bit to the west of that port crystal that I have on there, there's a grove there, you'll be able to fight a drake. He is the only dragon you're going to find before fighting the dragon and entering post-game. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the dragon, I'm going to try and keep spoilers to a minimum, but the dragon, you will end up fighting in that once you beat him, post-game unlocks. Post-game, there's a lot more dragons available, different places. The drake's still there, but there's other drakes. There's wyverns, there's worms, and you also have access to the Ur dragon. All these dragons, any dragon you kill has a chance to Dragonforge. Now, certain ones have different ratings. So, for example, the drake in the grove has a very small chance. Even at a 3-star enhancement, I think it's only an 18% chance. Now, this is applied to each item, so if you have multiple items, like you can actually see my gear. I'm not wearing my current gear because it wouldn't work very well for this video. As you can see, my Coat of Oblivion only has a 1-star, my gauntlets have a 3-star, my greaves have a 3-star, and my neck wrap has a 1-star. Now, I could potentially get all 4 of these items Dragonforged in one go. The most likely to be Dragonforged are my gauntlets and my greaves, because they have the highest enhancement. But I could Dragonforge any of them, or all of them, or none of them. It's completely random. It's based on a percentile for each individual item. Now, in this video, I'm actually going to show you how this works, but I'm going to use one of the most efficient dragons possible. So, as I said, all the dragons are different. The only dragons that have a 100% chance are the dragon that you beat for the main game and the online Ur dragon. Now, neither one of these are efficient methods to farm because the dragon only occurs once per playthrough. So it's not really an efficient method for farming. If you got something you want to Dragonforge, do it while you're fighting him. You know, might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But now the online Ur dragon, again, not efficient, really hard to kill when it's only available during a grace period. I'm not going to get into the online Ur dragon. If you want to know more about that, look it up because it's an interesting mechanic as well. But basically, it's not something you can farm. So for the most part, not really efficient as well. Now, any regular dragon you can farm. You can actually farm the offline Ur dragon too. If you farm the offline Ur dragon, he has a decent chance. I believe he gets up to 30% chance. There are thunderworms, fire drakes, and also there are frostworms. They have a higher chance than the regular enemies, but it's still not that good. So the enemy I'm going to use is actually the Cursed Dragon, only found in Bitterblack Isle. He has the highest rating in of the regular dragons you can farm. He's also super easy to farm. I'm going to show you a way to do it. I'm going to show you a very simple way to farm him. Unfortunately, I have to cut my way through some enemies to get there, but, you know, it shouldn't take too long, and it allows me some time to explain before I reach him. But a Cursed Dragon, for example, as I said, the Drake only has an 18%, the Your Dragon, I think, has a 30%. The Cursed Dragon has about a 70% chance to Dragonforge your equipment if you have a 3-star. So as you can see, this is a huge... Now, if this is your first time to Bitterblack Isle, Cursed Dragon's going to be tough. He's going to be really hard to beat for a low-level character. Your best bet's farming that Drake and Devilfire Grove. But for a veteran player where you're going to be Dragonforging a lot, so for example, I get a new armor that I want to actually possibly wear for a different class, I'm Dragonforging it. And this makes it much simpler for me because the Cursed Dragons are pretty easy for me to handle, and they're also really good chance to Dragonforge. I'm actually gonna... Now, there's also going to be another dragon here, so it is a Thunder Wyvern. I might actually not even have to fight the Cursed Dragon if I get lucky. This one, again, is one of the lesser dragons. Doesn't have the best ratio, but it's better than the regular Wyvern, for example. So, kill these guys here. Oh, I smacked it in. That's unfortunate. Now, if you haven't fought any dragons, I will say this, only you can kill the dragon. Your pawns can do as much damage as they want, but the only way to kill them is to stab them in the heart. You have to be the one to deal the final blow. Each dragon is a little bit different, but they all have this heart location on them somewhere. Oh, and then they do this. They also can kill your pawns in one shot with that roar. Except for the Cursed Dragon, surprisingly. He cannot roar to kill your pawns, which is great. Why he is much more my farming dragon of choice. I don't have to ever jump off him once I get onto him. But he's continue to slice into the dragons, put them out of their misery. Oh, don't... Ah! Stop. Cool. And down he goes. Okay, right there, I can actually show you. My gauntlets just got Dragonforged. As did my boots. So again, the two things that had the 3 stars, as you can see, were the ones that got Dragonforged. Now, I'm still going to show you how to get the... I'm still show you how to get the Cursed Dragon to show up. So this is the best place, in my opinion, to do the Cursed Dragon. Easy to get here. It's easy to farm. Once these guys are dead, nothing shows up, really. So what I normally do... Now, I'm a magic archer, so I normally will buff a little bit too, but if you just come, like, over here, even, or anywhere in this area, and you place down a... Buff a little bit here first, make this a little quicker for the video. But if you place down a rancid bait meat, so the Cursed Dragon is one of the carrying enemies in Bitterblack Isle. He'll show up for a rancid bait meat, and it allows you to essentially farm. If you're quick, you can get up to 3, I think even maybe 4, dragons off of 1 rancid bait meat. So it's very efficient, and you can easily get lots of things Dragonforged. Oh man, I had the wrong stuff to put. I was fighting the Your Dragon. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. But if you want to Dragonforge the equipment, you have to actually have it actively equipped. It can't just be in your inventory. So for example, as a magic archer, I can equip staff. So I have the staff in my inventory at all times, but I don't always use it. I rarely do. If I want to Dragonforge that staff, one of the things I can do is I can sit here and do this with my dagger. I can take this dragon down to a sliver of health, switch over to the staff, and just score the final blow. And that gives me that chance to Dragonforge that staff. Also, your pawn's gear cannot be Dragonforged either. It requires you to essentially equip your pawn's gear. Sometimes this requires changing vocation or even gender. As you can see, now the Cursed Dragon enhanced both of my other equipment. They were both 1 star, which means they were very unlikely, but they both got enhanced by the dragon. That's how good his ratio is. But yeah, you can literally come in here, do this. As soon as he's dead, run through the door over here and walk back in, and normally there's another one waiting for you. I'll actually show you real quick. But, I mean, Dragonforging is a pretty simple mechanic once you know how it works. The best one to farm, like I said, is this Cursed Dragon. If you're in the main game, that Drake and Devilfire Groves, you're really the only option. Like, as you can see, the dragon's over there already. Wave hi to him, because I ain't fighting him again. But, that's basically how that works. The Dragonforging then, once it's Dragonforged, allows you to rarefy, and you can Dragonforge. With the Cursed Dragon, it doesn't even have to be enhanced to Dragonforge it. It actually has a chance when it's not enhanced. It's lower, but it's there. So if you want to switch, for example, my mage pawn, luckily for me, as a magic archer, all of her gear I can use. But if, for example, my pawn was a warrior, I would have to switch my class or to wear her gear in order to Dragonforge it. Only the gear on the main Arisen can be Dragonforged. It's a pretty simple mechanic, but there are a few things that go into it. I hope you guys like that little bit of a background there, showing you how to get the Cursed Dragon. It was something that was brought up to me to maybe talk about Dragonforging. I thought it was a pretty simple mechanic, but then again, it's not really well explained. So I hope you guys like this video. If you want to check out some of my other videos, feel free to. I have a bunch of different tips on different things like pawn inclination already out. I'm probably going to put out more videos here, in a little bit. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for tuning in.